Molytown Studio. What up, it's your boy the Liby on Molytown platform. I don't know where to start because today I just woke up in the morning and scroll online and I saw something messed up happening. A little girl was killed by a cop. Based on the story, because I just think most of us watching online, we don't even know the story behind it. We just know about 500 francs, but it was a kid that was killed. So that's a good catalyst for an outrage, a viral moment, And after all that happened, okay, I understand the situation or the outrage from the public or from the people from that side of from that city, because they say it's Boya. So I understand the outrage from that part of Cameroon, and I also understand that with this comes a trend, that warrants or maybe let people come in and try to contribute or give their own contributions or see how they feel or address the situation or considering it as injustice. Of course it is, because there have been so many situations like this, so many things like this have happened in Cameroon. And the reason I'm making this video is not, I'm addressing it, though I don't usually address issues like this, though I address them when I feel like addressing it, because when I address issues like this, I address them because I feel passionate and a kind of way about it. But the reason I'm doing this one is not because I'm passionate about it, though, because I try to avoid images like that a lot on social media. For most guys who follow me on Facebook and the rest of you guys notice I'm hardly there, because I try to avoid images like this, because when you watch them, it messes with your head, it fucks with you, okay? It makes you angry, it makes you see the world a certain way, it makes you view certain things happening in your environment where you come from a certain way, and it fucks with your head, okay? It releases certain emotions in you that unhealthy, So the reason why I'm addressing this issue is because I see so many artists, celebrities posting this thing about this kid, okay? When situations like this have been happening and are still happening, and the whole catalyst for this, the whole premise, or this kind of events, the bigger picture of this whole thing has been happening, and most of them chose to stay indifferent. They chose to stay away from the topic, they chose to stay away from it, but they pick and choose when to come in. Like when there's something like this that requires attention, like that requires them to put like something they can feed their career or their fame off, So I'm saying this to say, when this police or when this cop killed this kid, we all know it's fucked up. We don't know if he intentionally tried to kill the kid or intentionally maybe killing the kid is stretching too far. He must be sick or a psychopath or have so many problems back home for him to just decide to pull out a gun pointed at a kid and fire. But what we are meant to understand is, I believe it was not intentional to kill the kid or to shoot the kid, but it happened, and we are not going to ignore the fact that it did not happen. It happened, and he has to be punished for it. I think they said the man was killed right there and then, because the emotion, the outrage at that point, so many people can't control it. But what I'm saying is, situations like this have been happening, and we see these things trending online on social media. Every time a cop kills somebody or police do something in Cameroon, in the English part of Cameroon, we see videos like this, and we see these so-called celebrities post it and say Black Friday or say we want justice 500 because they said the girl was killed because this policeman was trying to collect 500 francs from the girl's mom, and I think she was refusing. I believe the man took out the gun as a way to bluff, like make her give the money, and something happened and it fired. I don't know, but I'm not addressing that whole scenario or if he did it by mistake or something. I'm just addressing it like every time this thing happens when it comes to with the police, we see guys like this, these so-called celebrities, they post it and they say these things, okay? We know there's an open, I don't want to call it a war, though some people may view it as a war, but there's an open feud in Cameroon, conflict in Cameroon that has two sides. It's like to say three sides, because there's one side in there that I just think they don't have any they just have selfish interests. Both parties are selfish. That's the main thing. Both sides are selfish, okay? But this, I'll just flat out say, if this kid was killed by the group called the Amber Boys, if this kid was killed by one of them, I don't think these guys who show up, like these celebrities who show up, okay, to say they have support for this, like against this, or they should stop this, I don't think they would have posted it. Because if I'm wrong, you guys should go back and find any situation where these Amber guys, because we hear it a lot, that these guys kidnap people. They may have kidnapped a chief, or they may have kidnapped a rich guy who just came into town. They kidnap and ask for ransom. That's why I say maybe this thing have three sides, that there's some guys here who take advantage of all this to make money, or to I don't know. If we hear that these things happen, we know that these things happen, but you don't see the celebrities coming into play. And even when blogs post it, because shout out to Cameroon blog, because most of them, they post everything, okay? Even when blogs post that this guy was kidnapped by these guys, these celebrities just act like nothing is happening. They just ignore it, okay? But when it has to do with something that caused an uproar in the Anglophone community, that Anglophones, it's not the celebrities that point out this thing, it's not them that make us this uproar. They just join that wave, that trend, that somebody has been killed, a community is outraged, and the community is seeking justice. Then these celebrities come in. Some of them just use this thing as a means to sustain their failing careers, like they're dwindling light, you know, the fame they had that is dwindling. Some of them just use it to reignite or hang on to that piece of fame they still have by posting it. So, and the reason I'm angry about it is because most of these guys, when it comes to situations where they need to address some of these things happening or address these complaints in the country, okay, they turn to stay indefinite, like they turn to be indifferent. That was the word I was looking for. Like they don't want to pick sides. They don't want to be on the left or on the right, or they want to be for or against. They don't just want to acknowledge the fact that something is going wrong or something is happening in the country. But they jump on trends when a community is hurt. They jump on that hurt trend, okay, to make a statement. When that whole trend dies down, this is a fact. None of them will talk about this again. None of them will post about this again. But there are some of them who have tried to talk about this. So when I'm talking about this, I'm calling out Stanley. If you are talking about this kid, Stanley, you know, let me just say the full name because there may be so many Stanleys that you guys don't know. If Stanley, you know, if you are talking about this kid right now, take it down. Or unless you're ready to address the things, the marginalization or the injustice or the fucked up shit happening in Cameroon right now that we all know, you are aware, we are all aware that it's happening, but none of us are addressing it, okay? Jovi, same shit. If you do any shit about a hashtag or post this girl's pic or talk anything about this girl and tell us that and call for some sort of injustice, when just a couple of days ago you hint the idea of marginalization of Anglophones, and when your fans came and tried to make you expatiate on that or make you have that dialogue, you moonwalk like Michael Jackson and say je ne parlais pas des anglophones ou francophones, je parlais des artistes, when you clearly gave room for this conversation by asking, is it a Franco-Orange competition? When that Francophone competition happened with Malo, when Orange made that competition that only French artists won, you made a statement that is this a Franco something and blah 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 blah. So anybody reading that or anybody watching that, like your fans, they realize that, oh, he's touching on the topic where Francophones get the upper hand in so many situations, so let's address it. And you moonwalk out of that topic and stay away from it, like the way you've been doing ever since I believe this thing started. So just stay away from this shit, okay? Just keep staying silent. If you want to show your condolence or address this situation, be ready to dive in. Stanley, the same thing. There are so many artists, okay? Those that are at the top of my head are the guys who are always in front, that so many guys look up to them and want them. We have people like artists like Lady Pons. No, you haven't said it, okay? Ladies like Coco Ajante, you girls haven't said anything. So if any of you try to address a girl or a kid, I know you guys are moms, you all have kids, and this thing will touch that maternal side of you, and maybe you may want to address it or not, but okay, but if you are not ready to dive into every fucking shit happening in that country right now, just keep being silent, be ignorant, and behave like everything is fine in the country, the way you guys behave or the way we all have been behaving, okay? Most of us are guilty of it, okay? So, Jovi, don't post that shit. If you post it, take it down. Stanley, if you post that shit, take it down. Coco Ajante, if you post that shit, take it down. Manny Bella, if you post that shit, take it down. Lady Ponce, if you post that shit, take it down. Charlotte Zipanda, if you post that shit, take it down. Most of you A-list artists, okay? Nabila, if you post that shit, take it down. Minx, if you post that shit, take it the fuck down. Teno, if you post that shit, take it down. Okay? Guys like Malox have been talking about it. Guys like Dynasty have been talking about it. Okay? I don't know about I don't know about Mr. Leo's case, but the guys who I know openly address those kind of situations. You have Malox. Okay? All these guys that keep it real, Varsero, that have been fighting for the shit for as long as I can remember. So, everybody watching this right now, okay? If your so-called idols post this shit right now, just know these guys are capitalizing off the hurt of a community that has taken a problem to the public space. And they are just using this just so they can have a good face or a green light and reignite the small amount of fame or light that they have, or flame that they have right now. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say, because when this thing happened, I was emotional about it. I never wanted to address it because I tried to avoid so many things like this mass shootings, police killing kids, police killing black men in the USA. And even in Canada here, you still see it happen. Police kill kids, and yeah, I try to stay away from those things because it traumatizes you. It makes you fucked up. But I know there's a lot in this fucking country that so many people are aware that it happens, but they try to stay dumb, silent, because if they address it, if they stick on one side, or if they just address it, they're afraid of, because all these guys have called, okay, Jovi, Stanley, Mings, and all these guys, you guys don't have any stake in the French entertainment world as much as Malox has. But Malox is addressing these things, he has been addressing them. So you guys, I know you guys are trying to protect the small amount of leverage or fan base or business or networking that you guys have in these communities or in this region or in these places, or you guys may be afraid of what may happen to you if you address it. You guys don't have that amount of reach, leverage as Malox does, but he still put all that on the line to address all these things. You guys haven't even done half of what Longe has done and what he has faced for this shit. Okay? So, if you just try to trend chase, okay, I don't want to say cloud chase. If you try to trend chase by posting this shit, okay, just know you are ready to dive in. Okay, there's a good say, you guys should stop wetting your feet and just go all in. Address things that you are aware that are happening in your country. Address them, and let's see what happens from there. So, I think that rounds it up for the episode of the podcast today. There was a lot that I wanted to talk about. How the movement was hijacked and the rest by people who have personal benefit from all these things. I wanted to address all those things, but I think this will be it for today, for the episode of today. So thank you guys for watching. Click that subscribe button down there to become part of the Molytown family. If you're watching me on Facebook, like the page. And yeah, it's our boy Liby, and I'm out. So go watch something else.